Hey, what's up, humans? I'm right here at Austin Speed's crib, and I'm about to interview him right now, so stay tuned. Whoa. This is the best part of the show so far. What do we have here? Some cool stuff. Artist. Passport ready.
Oh yeah, ready to go. I'm actually playing in Mexico next month. May 3rd in Tijuana, Club Technique.
Ooh, Bearded Dragon. What's up with you? You tired? She wants to steal the spotlight. It's okay. You got some tea in this badass mug. And he's drinking tea from... Wow. Super cool. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Scarlet Letter on location. And right now I'm right here with Mr. Austin Speed. Is that your real name, or...?
That is my real name.
You were born with an artist name.
Nobody really believes me, but now it's wide out in the open. That is my real name.
People never believe my name's Scarlet, too. I struggle with that. People always ask me for a name, and it's like, is that like your artist name? Like, no, it's my name.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a stage name, huh?
Yeah, it is our real name. Austin Speed,
yes.
Scarlet, it's for real. So, I want to know, what genres do you produce, and what genres are you interested in?
I have done almost everything in electronic music. Lately, I'm going on this kind of electro break sort of tip, but it's all completely live. You know, it's all hardware based. I basically have like blueprints of 40-something tracks in my live set.
Wow.
And then I rearrange them on the fly.
Not a lot of DJs and producers can say that they play live. I don't really see a lot of this happening.
There's a certain facet for it. Acid Varsity has kind of been carrying that torch for a little bit. Gotta say, Tyler is one of the ones that kind of gave me the push to start playing live again. I used to do it back in 2005.
Wow, going back.
Way back.
How do you start getting into electronic music?
I started playing in hardcore metal bands when I was in junior high and high school.
I see why you were all black.
Yeah.
Metal kid at heart.
Yeah, oh yeah, the aesthetic's definitely coming back. I actually still listen to a lot of metal records in there, actually.
Oh, that's really cool. We'll take a tour of the studio in a bit.
Yeah. So I found it kind of hard to get band members together, find rehearsal spaces, personal conflict, somebody gets a girlfriend, just whatever, you know, it's just like...
Don't get girlfriends.
Yeah, if you want to do music, don't get a girlfriend.
Don't.
In junior high, I met this friend named Mike, who ended up becoming a pretty famous breakcore IDM producer named Kid 606. He kind of like weaned me into electronic music through industrial. And I was just like, all right, like I know like, you know, all these other sounds, but like there's this other layer going on that I just wanted to explore a lot more.
What was the genre that pushed you to look further into electronic music?
It was definitely industrial.
Industrial?
It was bands like Scorn, Pitch Shifter, of course, 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, I think the first full electronic album I got was Orbital, the Brown album.
So from there, what was your first gig like?
My first gig was at a coffee shop by SDSU.
Oh!
I think I was...
There we go.
Yeah. I don't know what it is now. It's not a coffee shop anymore. It might be like a pizza place or something. I was playing with a friend at the time, and we were like really inspired by like Chemical Brothers and Fatboy Slim, so we were kind of doing this like big beat sort of thing.
How'd it go?
It actually wasn't terrible.
What?
It wasn't terrible.
That's great. I'm trying to remember how my first gig went. I don't think it went that well, but yeah, not everyone can say it went just right.
Yeah. Well, my first gig as like a band was awful. I didn't realize like that you had to be able to hear yourself on stage and monitoring and all that.
It's a completely different dynamic, and it's interesting that you transitioned from heavy metal to electronic music, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are really into bands that hate on electronic music.
Yeah.
So did you have any like misconceptions about electronic music before you got into it?
A little bit. I kind of thought the same thing a lot of people thought at the time, which was...
It's just noise.
Well, the equipment does it all for you. It's like, oh, you're just pressing buttons.
Yeah.
Well, you have to know which buttons to press and when to press.
Yeah, you press up a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
Many buttons, not just one. And what was the moment that just changed your mind about it?
There were a few. Going to my first rave kind of did it.
Same here. What was it? What was your first rave?
There were a couple. Actually, one of the first ones that I really remember was Mind Fruit.
Oh, okay.
97 or 98 or something. It was at the old World Beat Center. It used to be kind of like where Spin is now.
My first rave was actually at the World Beat Center. It's called Scream.
Oh my god, I used to play those things.
What? Yeah, maybe I saw you play that. Yeah, I used to go there all the time. Scream, Heroes, Sugar, all those. That's where I started.
Yeah. The Brian and Davids.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. So, how old were you when you went to your first rave?
Like 17.
Yeah, same here. You start young and then you just never look back.
Yeah.
You just keep going and going.
Yeah. Still at it.
Still at it, going strong. I just remember like my first rave going in there. Everyone was like super nice, having a good time, and I had never experienced that before in my life. I think that's like what made me just keep going, especially like being underage. Like you haven't experienced anything like that because you can't go to clubs. That's one of those things that like always stuck to me.
Yeah, and that's part of what attracted me to it as well. Is like you go to like a hardcore show and everybody's angry, you know, and they're like in the pit beating each other up and stuff. And you go to rave and it's all like hugs.
It's all love, yeah. It's like a different contrast. But do you still enjoy going to heavy metal shows?
All the time.
Yeah, still in there.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah,
yin yang,
that's good.
So.
It's a good balance. I feel like I'm still an emo kid at heart. I used to listen to all this My Chemical Romance, Manic Disco, all those type of things. I still do sometimes on my free time. You gotta, you know, sometimes stick to your roots.
Yeah, no, I've been on a big black metal kick lately. It's like actually mostly what I've been listening to in my free time.
Yeah, so, that's great. It's good to have like different tastes.
Yeah, especially as artist, producer, or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta be open.
Yeah, if you just listen to what you're trying to make, you're just gonna you're gonna sound like everything else.
Yeah. So where do you get your inspiration from to produce?
All over life.
Any artists that like come up to your mind right now that are inspiring you right now?
Yeah, actually, my friend and coworker Brandon Vasquez.
Wow.
He's one of the Moon Tribe residents, and he's kind of responsible for getting me into this this electro breaks sort of thing.
Yeah, you're involved in Broken Beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing there for a few times now.
Yeah. I'm actually playing at the one coming up on
February 9th. 8th?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's a Friday.
Oh.
That one's going to be different. I'm doing an all vinyl set.
What?
Yeah, I haven't played an all vinyl set in probably 6 years. So
it's great that you're bringing that back.
Yeah.
We need something different in San Diego.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
There's a different sound to vinyl as well. Like the cracks and pop, crackles and pops and all that. Like, coming through
it's
the
that
system.
authenticity.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. It's great that you're doing all these things. And speaking of the live aspect of it, how did you even get into that? Just doing all this live, I mean, it's a lot more work, but I bet it's rewarding.
Oh, yeah. I got into it originally because I just wanted to make music. Getting back into it, which I did probably about 3 years ago, was Tyler from Massive Varsity kind of... I was just kind of like messing around. I put like a video online of me like messing around with a synth and a drum loop or something. Tyler's like, "Oh, come play Massive Varsity." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this." And he's like, "Just come do it." I'm like, "All right." And I did.
And then here you go.
Yeah.
That's great when you have someone that pushes you, because sometimes we doubt ourselves and we're like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this," but you just need that little push to be like, "Okay, I did it, or I'm gonna do it." And that was your push. That
was my push. But that kind of pushed me from going... So I was trying to do like a computer-based setup along with a couple peripheral synths and all that. And with a computer-based setup, you're dealing with the sound card, you're dealing with like, processing, whatnot. And there's always like... You're kind of fighting the timing a lot. Like messing with latency and stuff.
You have to be checking on a lot of different little things.
Well, yeah, or you could get it set up where everything is like clocked on, exactly on the beat, and then you go back an hour later when you're supposed to play, and it's like off again. And you're just like, okay, some background process happened in the computer, and it threw it off. So that's why I went the Electron route. When I play live, it's no computer. It's just hardware.
It's just hardware,
and it's solid.
I have yet to see you live. I've seen his videos, your videos that you posted on your personal page.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
Oh,
I was blown away. I'm like, wow, look at this. Like,
thanks.
This is some real talent.
Oh, you're getting the highlights there. So.
But it's amazing because, like I mentioned earlier, you don't see a lot of DJs or producers bringing all this equipment and playing live like you do.
Yeah.
And you gotta really cherish that because it makes you so unique and it makes you stand out from everyone else here.
Thank you.
So, I got a question that I always ask everyone, of course. What do you think of the underground electronic music scene in San Diego? Like the positives and the negatives?
It's thriving more than ever, I'd say. When I started going in the late 90s, totally dating myself here, there were like bigger events, but not as many. There would be like 1 or 2 a month. And now there are multiple techno nights in San Diego, which is crazy. There are guys throwing techno shows before we did, of course. There was a certain facet that my friends and I felt was kind of missing, so we started throwing these shows called Broadcast. We had like Tim Xavier, David F., who now goes as Truncate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing at Tees for Techno.
Yeah, on the 19th, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Definitely there for that. Dustin Zahn, Noah Pred. A lot of these guys are still doing stuff. But yeah, and then, we would do like a monthly, and that was about it for techno.
Yeah, and now we got stuff happening all the time, like Saturdays, Sundays, Tuesdays. There's always something happening, and the techno community is definitely growing.
Yeah.
And just the underground community in general. There's like trap, and there's like a trance Thursday at AC Lounge too. And there's like Prism that has breaks and a drum and bass and all that. So it's great.
Yeah, the hole in the wall in Point Loma.
Yeah.
It's really cool venue.
It's kind of hidden. It's like, I went for the first time and I was like, oh, this is a really cool venue.
Yeah, you wouldn't really expect it, like, from the street anyway.
Any other positive aspects?
I think that people are a lot more supportive of each other than they used to be. They used to be, like, really competitive, and because there weren't as many shows. Everybody was kind of, like, stepping on each other's feet to, like, get gigs and whatnot, and now I don't really feel that so much anymore. If somebody's doing something good, then people are going to be like,
Yeah, like, good for you. We support you. Anything that needs improvement?
I
know that's always a tough question. I think that we all need to hear it, whatever it is, because as a community, there's always something that needs improvement, or even in ourselves.
Maybe like more diversity on venues.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the, there's like 3 kind of like core venues that get used a lot.
Blonde, Cava Lounge, Spin.
Yeah.
That's true. There are some brands that are actually doing that. If you notice, like, they're trying to move into downtown. Although, like, people still have like the stigma of downtown, but I think people are taking risk, and it's a good risk to move to downtown, don't you think?
Yeah, it exposes you to a wider audience, for sure. I forget the name of it. It's a place that's like a sushi restaurant.
Oh, Bang Bang.
Bang Bang.
Yeah, that place is really fun.
Yeah, they brought like Chris Levy out, stuff like that. It's like, it's a pretty crazy booking for downtown.
That's awesome, right?
Yeah.
So what do you have going on right now in the present? What are some events that are happening?
February 8th is the vinyl set at Broken Beat at Space. The 11th, that following Monday, I'm playing a set at Organized Grime at AC Lounge.
That's on Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be, more of like a jungle and bass set. Actually, that's another part of my musical history too, is I do have like a bunch of drum and bass releases out.
Yeah, I was looking at your SoundCloud and you haven't released much. The last one was Omen. That was the last. Do you have any new music coming up?
I do. I have another drum and bass release. It's a collaboration with Calculon and a couple other people. That one should be coming out around March.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Yeah. And then I did a remix for Carl Finlow, which is like the first like electro breaks track that I think is going to come out, and that should be coming out pretty soon. Should be like early February.
Can't wait. Any advice that you would give someone that is trying to make it in this industry as a producer or a DJ?
Stick to your guns.
Stick to your guns.
Yeah, like if think of the reason why you're doing it, why you're getting into it. And if it's something that you want to express, don't try to curb yourself to appeal to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm. Do it for yourself, for like your passion for what you love.
Yeah. People recognize authenticity, especially in this scene. And,
yeah, very true.
That goes a long way. And even if it's not working for a while, like stick with it.
Stay true to yourself.
So I have a good example of that. The Gas Lamp Killer. The reason he went as the Gas Lamp Killer is because he would go downtown and, just play all this weird stuff at like these hip hop bars, and everybody would just like throw stuff at him. And he moved to LA and blew up.
That's a great advice.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
I'm sure everyone will appreciate that, because sometimes people might feel a little lost, but as long as they like you say, stick to their guns, stick to what you like to do, what you love, you will succeed.
Yeah.
Just like you. I mean, look at you, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Your last event was at Bloom. How was that?
Bloom was really fun. I probably had one of the most polarizing sets I've had in my life. Being that, like, some people, like, totally loved it. And
some people were like,
I completely freaked some people out, which I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta surprise the crowd once in a while. You can't be so predictable all the time.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a little uncertainty.
Yeah.
So what genres were you playing?
That was a pretty much full electro break set.
Oh, nice.
And some of my stuff gets a little bit on the dark side.
Yeah.
You know? Just play with the darkness a little bit.
Yeah, I love the dark stuff.
Yeah.
I totally love the dark stuff. I agree with that.
But yeah, Bloom was like, that was like ADD heaven. 5 rooms and all kinds of stuff going on. So I just run around all over the place.
What are some of the things that you love about the San Diego community? About like everyone that's part of the community?
You know, again, like just people supporting each other. It's really awesome. There are quite a few other cities where you don't get that. And there are a lot of cities where there's just no scene. I think everybody should be pretty appreciative of what we have at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we have it really good.
Yeah, I mean, you could be in like Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, you don't want to be there. Trust me.
No offense to anybody that's in Fargo.
What was the event that you absolutely bombed or something went horribly wrong?
Not technically, but there was one time I played at the House of Blues, opening up for Zed's Dead. 1,000 people, and like it was like, you know, I had a TV screen. There were TV screens that were like broadcasting, like, you know, me right there. And this was like back when CDJs were CDJs. You actually had CDs. Mm-hmm. Somebody moved my CD case, and I like went to go get a CD, and I stood up, and I smacked my head on the monitor, like, really hard. Like I was like borderline almost knocked myself out. And I was like seeing stars for a minute. You know, luckily I was DJing, so the track just kept playing. I was like, oh shit, like that's really bad. I get off stage, I'm like bleeding from my head. I don't know how many people actually noticed when it went down, but yeah, afterwards, like I ran to my friends, like, oh dude, you need a towel.
Okay, that sounds rough.
yeah, really fun show though, super fun show.
So, you know, to everyone that has messed up out there, like we all mess up, like we all have shitty moments in our music careers. It's okay. You'll get through this. He survived.
Yeah. A little scar.
Yeah, no big deal. One time when I had all my equipment in my car, because I also do mobile DJ, I had this CD case. Like it was really big. And I was in the back and it slid and like hit my head.
Oh.
Yeah, like the corner of it, and it was really heavy.
Ouch.
That hurt for a long time, so I can kind of relate. Accidents happen like that. Sometimes you don't even know. Things happen, especially when you have all this gear and equipment around you.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't, with this setup, I haven't had anything go terribly wrong yet.
That's good. Wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin, so what does the future hold for you?
So I moved into a new spot, and I took January off to just kind of like settle into the studio and, you know, just get set up and not feel like a lot of pressure to, you know, get out there for a minute. So I took January off. In February, I'm like totally back in it. So I got Broken Beat, Organized Grime, AC Lounge, and then I'm playing a live set at Acid Varsity at Cabo Lounge on the 21st.
Check it out.
And then I'm playing down in Tijuana on the 23rd at Club Technique.
Ooh.
Another live set.
Nice, you're stacked.
Yeah, and then 26th for Take It Easy at Blonde.
Now you can't miss him. You're going to watch him play live and you're going to love it.
Oh, well, Take It Easy, that's going to be a DJ set.
Oh, DJ set? Yeah. That's fine too. You're still going to love it. It's still great.
Yeah, and then starting to get a couple festival bookings too. Playing at the Bug Out Camp Out that's done by Monarch.
All right.
Talking to another guy, something in May is not confirmed, but then there's an underground called Filament in April.
Ooh,
April 27th.
All right, you got a bunch of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to tell the crowd before we go into your tour?
Can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I think that's about it for now.
All right.
Releases, show schedule.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, we're about to take you on a journey right now. Oh, your records, the ones that you were talking about, huh?
Mm-hmm. And these are records that I've produced or co-produced. This is my friend Daniel. He goes by Redidio. It's Redideo. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
You got keywords everywhere.
Yeah.
Keyword here.
This one is.
Well, and you recently went to Nam too, so you probably got a lot of fun playing with knobs.
Some pretty good pieces of gear coming out. The new Arturia Microfreak. That was like one of my favorite things I played with there. That's a little touch plate keyboard, digital oscillator, analog filter, and it sounds amazing.
It's beautiful. This is what you use on your live sets?
Yeah, this plus that keyboard, that's pretty much my staple live set right now.
It almost looks like a laboratory or something.
Well, this is where it starts to get real crazy.
Oh.
I mean, this thing...
Ooh.
Original Korg MS-20 from 1978. Scored that off Reverb.
Can we hear some of your stuff?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you that Carl Finlow remix I did.
Alright, cool. Alright guys, I'm about to play this live right now. I feel so honored. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This was Austin Speed. I will post his info like Instagram, Facebook on the comments. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.